Today at Harley's Worms, we have a fun-filled, fun fact video for you, and we're going to start it right off with number one, and that's going to be worms breathe through their skin and not through lungs like we do. And so it's very important to keep your bin full of moisture to keep your worms breathing smoothly. So if you let your bin dry out in these hot, humid conditions, you could be cutting off the oxygen to your worms. So keep them aired up, keep them moist, and you'll be doing very good. Fact number two, earthworms have multiple hearts. And we have lots of love and hearts for our worms that we take care of. And so they don't just have one like us. They're actually built with five hearts and up to 10 pairs of aortic arches that function like hearts, pumping blood through their bodies, keeping the compost pile moving. So they're built a little sturdier than we are. So fact number three, earthworms are photophobic. So they're pretty camera shy. So as soon as you put the light on them, they're going to go down and into their worm bedding and dive deep to avoid the sunlight. So definitely keep your worm bins out of the direct sunlight, and the darker the better. And that'll also retain the moisture levels in your bin and keep your worms breathing good, like we said earlier. So, and it also keeps them away from predators when the sun is shining. But if you do see your earthworms moving around after a rainy day, that is because they follow the moisture and they're trying to go to greener pastures. See if they can find a better worm bin. And fun fact number four, earthworms function as decomposers. So let's say an apple falls off a tree in the middle of the forest and no animals come to eat it. It'll eventually break down into earthworm food, and the worms will come up and they'll smell the apple in the forest and they will actually decompose it. And so that way everything gets recycled in a forest. Whereas if there were no worms, it would basically just sit there and the apples would pile up and mess the trees up. So earthworms are keeping the ecosystem functioning smooth and producing great black gold castings while they're doing it. Now, fun fact number five, maybe the most fun, is that earthworms date back to the Cambrian period, and fossil evidence shows that that was over 500 million years ago. So they've been around since the dinosaurs and have made it through the great asteroid, comets, and all that stuff. So very good for the earthworms that they made it through, because we probably wouldn't be here without the earthworms. And last but not least, and our favorite part about raising worms, is that they divert plastic from the landfill. And so, and by doing that, I'm talking about, like, let's say you have a apple tree of your own and you're growing your own apples and bananas. So that's less plastic bags that have to get made to tote your apples out of the store, and then not to mention the plastic bag that it goes in your buggy or shopping cart for your northerners up there. We call them buggies down south, but anyway, we'll call them shopping carts just to play it safe for everybody. But so anyway, that they're going to save the plastic, and then also they're going to eat everything that's not plastic. So the earthworms pretty much save the planet, keep it growing green. And so with all that being said, thank you guys for staying to the end. And if you're new to vermicomposting or you already have worms, we do offer something for your worm bin called the Worm Starter Kit, and it's a great value to get your worms multiplying and then also to boost your worm castings that you're producing, because we've done lots of experiments, and after tons and tons of money spent and trial and errors, we've came up with these as the best stuff to put in your worm bin to get them throwing tons of cocoons and reproducing very good. So thank you, legends. See you next time.